The healing process may be broken down into 3 phases. These are rough estimates of time frames as the phases overlap, making it difficult to discern the end of one phase and the beginning of another. Phase 1 is inflammation. Time frame is typically initial injury to approximately 2 weeks. Your cardinal signs are heat, redness, swelling, pain, and loss of function. In the acute phase, inflammation is considered the first 72 hours, or about 3 days of this time frame. It's considered the initial response to the tissue's injury. Within a few hours after the injury, serous fluid begins to accumulate in the interstitial space, causing edema. Leukocytes, which escape from capillaries, begin to accumulate in the injured area within a few hours. These leukocytes, along with macrophages, begin to remove the cellular debris. Near the end of the acute phase, fibroblasts begin to synthesize collagen tissue. Fibroblasts apparently come from both extrinsic and intrinsic sources. In the subacute phase, inflammatory phase can last up to 2 weeks and is a continuation of the acute phase. Chronically, the inflammatory phase would be inflamed and last beyond 2 weeks. Phase 2, proliferation, repair. Time frame, 2 days to 6 weeks. This phase overlaps with the inflammatory phase. As inflammation diminishes, resolution of the clot and the repair process is initiated in the tissue. During this phase, fibroblasts are synthesizing collagen fibers and extracellular matrix components. At this time, the synthesis of the type 3 collagen predominates, but this type of collagen will eventually be replaced by type 1 collagen fibers. Capillary buds begin to develop and revascularize the tissue. The collagen that is laid down during this phase has a somewhat random arrangement, and the fibers are not fully orientated in the direction of stress. The connective tissue deposited is thin, disorganized, and fragile. If the tissue is overstressed, it is easily damaged during this phase. Appropriate loading of the tissue will lead to proper growth and alignment of the collagen fibers in the tissue. Wound closure. With skin and muscle, it occurs between 5 to 8 days post-injury. With tendon and ligaments, between 3 to 5 weeks post-injury. Phase 3, remodeling and maturation. Time frame, 6 weeks up to 2 years. During this phase, the collagen will reorganize and align itself with the stresses imposed on it. This process ultimately increases the strength of the healing tissue as the collagen matures, i.e., type 1 to type 3 collagen will return to near normal. There will be more cross-linkages formed in the type 1 collagen, and it will add strength to the healed tissue. However, the healed tissue may never return to normal pre-injury strength. During tendon healing, the collagen fibers are laid down in the wound in a plane perpendicular to the long axis of the tendon. Collagen maturation and functional realignment depends on imposed stresses on the healing tissue. The ultimate tensile strength of the repaired tendon occurs only after appropriate physiologic loading has occurred within the tissues. Research suggests that the repair process is complete in about 4 months, and at that time, there is complete maturation at the repair site. The repair appears to involve both intrinsic and extrinsic processes. That is, tenocytes within the injured tendon are capable of collagen synthesis and do participate in the repair process. The fibroblasts, intrinsic and extrinsic, appear to serve both a phagocytic function, removing the damaged collagen tissue, and reparative function, synthesizing new collagen fibers. The extrinsic fibroblasts migrate into the wound area from the tendon sheath. It is interesting to note that fibroblasts play both a reparative collagen synthesis and resorptive collagen degradation simultaneously. If the collagen synthesis proceeds unrestricted, excessive scar tissue may form, resulting in unwanted adhesions and restricted mobility. The collagen fibers are laid down in a healing tendon in response to mechanical stimuli, much the same as bone does according to Wolff's law. The tension on the granulation tissue seems to determine the direction of the collagen molecules that are laid down in the healing tendon. The newly synthesized collagen fibers align themselves in the direction of the line of force. This is an important concept because it appears that some tension on the healing tendon enhances the strength of the tendon. On the other hand, too much tension on the healing tendon may cause it to rupture. Immobilization of a healing tendon appears to reduce the collagen synthesis and results in a weaker tendon. However, controlled passive motion not only develops a stronger tendon, but may also enhance nutrition of the healing tendon. Following the initial healing phase, earlier controlled passive motion seems to be more beneficial than prolonged immobilization for the following reasons. 1. Better collagen synthesis and a stronger tendon. 2. Better nutrition of the healing tendon, resulting in an enhanced healing response. And 3. Less adhesion formation. Adhesion formation not only occurs because of the initial trauma, but also from the surgical trauma. Although the suturing of the lacerated tendon is important to add strength to the healing tendon, improper suturing may lead to scarring and devascularization of the tendon. Immobilization of the sutured tendon is important in the healing phase to protect the tendon from rupture. The resistance of the sutured tendon apparently diminishes until the 5th day. After that, the strength increases until about the 15th day, when the strength is the same as the day of the suturing. From that point onward, the strength gradually increases. Some researchers have felt that 15 days of immobilization was enough. Others found that more than 4 weeks of immobilization was needed to protect the tendon. Still others showed that unrestricted motion following tendon laceration and suturing was not harmful. For our purposes, we should remember that immobilization is probably required in the early phase of healing, and then gradual increases in controlled mobilization are needed to protect the tendon. It has been determined that during the 2nd week of healing, the tendon adheres to the surrounding tissues. During the 3rd week, the tendon begins to separate to varying degrees. The tensile strength of a healing tendon is insufficient for strong contractions until week 4 or 5, without disruption of the healing tissue. These factors need to be considered when establishing intervention strategies for patients following tendon repair.